So you guys have probably been working really hard learning the saxophone, all your techniques, all the things that make up a good saxophone player. I think you're ready to start diving into some more complex music now. We've been playing some nice simple tunes. We've learned our major scale. We've talked about rehearsal etiquette. And I think that's all coming along. I'm sure you're doing great now. Let's talk about a little more sophisticated tune. This tune is a selection from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. It's known as the Ode to Joy part of this symphony. Now, Beethoven was a very successful, famous composer, one of the greatest classical composers of all time. He lived back in the late 1700s into the early 1800s. He was really one of the last greatest classical composers of the classical era before the music changed to romantic. And he set the standard for composing symphonies of that time. As a matter of fact, he composed 9 symphonies, and after him, because he was such a strong composer, his symphonies were so powerful, no composers after him until many years later composed any more than 9. 9 was kind of like the taboo. You can't compose more symphonies than Beethoven because he achieved such a great level of composition that he was the best, and we can't really go beyond that at this point. So this piece we're about to play, I'm sure you'll recognize it, again, known as Ode to Joy. I'm going to play it for you. It's really a sophisticated piece of music written by one of the all-time great composers, Beethoven. And another little bit of trivia about Beethoven. In his later years, he actually went deaf. He couldn't hear anything. Yet, he still composed this symphony, the Ninth Symphony, while not being able to hear anything. He couldn't sit at the piano and listen to the notes anymore. He couldn't hear what people played. But all of that music was inside his head. He knew how to hear music. He had been listening to music, writing music, and composing music for so long that all that music went right into his brain, and he was able to retain that and write it and come up with something creative without being able to hear anything. And it just meant so much to him to actually write the music down that he didn't even need to hear it. So let's get into playing it for you. I'm going to play it. Later on, you'll be playing it too, and we'll teach you in the next lesson. But right now, I just want you to hear it. Listen to the song. You'll recognize it, I believe. I'm going to play it 2 ways. First, just straight, no dynamics, just a straight tone, just so you can hear the style of the piece, the notes. And then I'll try to play it with a little bit of dynamics and more expressive. So you probably heard that piece before. That's Ode to Joy, selection from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. I just played it straight tone, nice even. I was trying to still think about my posture and blowing through the saxophone, getting a nice tone, but I wasn't really using anything expressive in that. I just wanted to play it straight. Now this time, I'm going to put dynamics into it. I'm going to put maybe some other expressive devices so you can hear the difference and hear how it brings the music out much more.